How's it going, guys? My name is TJP, and welcome back to another Madden NFL 24 Franchise Rebuilding Challenge. So, we've got our final team, I believe, that hasn't made the playoffs in the NFC, and that's going to be the Detroit Lions. So we're going to be trying to rebuild them in 5 seasons, actually. Injuries on. Not meant to be realistic. And that's pretty much about it. I mean, the rules are down below in the description. We've been doing this for a few times. We're going to continue to do these. Once we get to the playoffs now, it's just going to be based on where they finished. Did they lose in the wild card? Did they lose in the divisional, etc.? So that's what's going to be for playoff teams. And if I mispronounce names, I mispronounce names. So, if you want a gameplay, leave a like, subscribe, comment on some videos, go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel, down below in the description. If you do like the content, TJP, and let's get on into the gameplay. Alright, so here we are. And by the way, if someone mentioned on one of my videos, the audio is a little bit low, let me know if it's a little bit better now. I've increased my volume settings a little bit on my mic. I had them down because sometimes I just feel like I was speaking too loud. I also speak a little more conviction. So yeah, anyways. Going forward, just let me know. Let me know. I think it's loud enough. If it needs to be louder, you tell me. Alright. QB. Jared Goff's going to be our QB right now. We got Teddy Bridgewater backup. Which is not too bad. We're starting from the preseason, by the way. Even though the regular season's already started. Starting from there. So obviously Montgomery hurt right now. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, Reynolds. We got Kabinda as our fullback. Amon-Ra St. Brown, obviously. Top wide receiver. James Williams hurt right now. Robert Jones Jr., Khalif Raymond, etc. Sam Laporte's going to be our tight end. Taylor Decker, left tackle. Jonah Jackson, left guard. Center, Frank Ragnow. Graham Glasgow, he's our right guard. We've got Penei Sewell as our right tackle. Romeo Guara, left end. Aiden Hutchinson, right end. We got Alim McNeil as our defensive tackle. Reeves Mabin, left outside linebacker. Jack Campbell, mid outside linebacker. We've got Anzalone with the right outside linebacker spot. Corners, Sutton, Cameron Sutton, Manuel Mosley, and Will Harris are top 3 corners. We got free safety, Tracy Walker III, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, strong safety. Riley Patterson kicking, Jack Fox punting. So, overall, the team is alright. It's nothing too crazy. I mean, there's some moves we could potentially make. So, let's take a look at that improved team right now. See if there's a couple guys, that obviously hurt. We could maybe sign some guys in, free agency to, pick up or maybe trade for. That's always an option. Tight end, we're a bit thin on, but we'll see what Laporta can do. Defensive tackle, I definitely want to get another defensive tackle. So, maybe we try to trade for one, maybe the mid-season. We don't have to do it right now, this moment. In terms of right outside linebackers, look at Jalen Smith. We'll get him on the team just for the season. We actually have a lot of money to work with here, so, that is something to keep in mind. And then left outside linebacker, Anthony Barr for a season. Could do that. Kyle Fackrell. Let's go with him just because he fits the scheme of the team. Just get another guy. Another linebacker on the team. Why not? So I think that'll be it in terms of signings. I'm going to look around to see if there's any trades we could do. But I think for the most part, I might just end up keeping the team as is, at least for now, and then maybe we'll make a move at the mid-season point. But let's see. We do have a couple thirds. And then we got all of our picks after that. We don't have a 4th rounder, I believe, this season, but we have two third rounders, so it's a little bit better. I'll look around. If there's a move I like, I'll make the move. Maybe we get a tight end. We'll see. I'm going to make a trade. Or a defensive tackle. I might look to make a trade now, so we'll see. I made this trade with the Browns to get Tomlinson and Njoku from the Browns. 2 seconds, 2/3, a 6th, and a 7th. Reason being we need a defensive tackle and a tight end. So I wanted to make that move now to make our team better going into the season. So I'll simulate. I'll see you guys at the mid-season point. I don't know how good we're going to be, but we'll find out once we're there. All right, well, the team isn't great. 2-5. Not the best. You can see our rankings, 17th and 13th. Nothing too crazy in terms of yardage, but that's really all that is. If we look at the stats here, Jared Goff, it's been okay. 1,485 yards, 11 TDs, 6 interceptions. He's got 66% completion percentage, 96.1 passer rating. It's nothing too crazy to write home about. David Montgomery, 368, 3 TDs, 142 and 2 for Gibbs. In terms of receiving yards, you've got Marvin Jones Jr. He's got 420. Nice. And then 2 TDs, 408 and 4 from Amon-Ra St. Brown. David Njoku, 228 and 2, 146 and 1 for Khalif Raymond. In terms of blocking, it's definitely could be a little bit better. But it's not, I've seen worse, but I've seen better. Jack Campbell, 49 tackles, lead the team. Then we got Walker the third with 39, 34 from Mosley, 32 from Gardner Johnson. Brian Branch has 27, 26 from Sutton. Joseph's got 23. Sack-wise, I could see down here, Aiden Hutchinson's doing really well. He's got 8. Then a bunch of guys down here with 1. In terms of interceptions, just 4. And a bunch of guys have at least 1. Riley Patterson, 5-7, 17 of 17 extra points. Jack Box kicking for the punt, I should say. And you got your kick return, punt return. So 17th in yards, which isn't crazy. It's about, around the middle of the league. So practically average. And 1,498 pass yards. I mean, that is going to be a little bit higher than average. Close to average, but slightly higher. Our rush is a little bit lower. So maybe we try to get a better running back at some point. We're scoring 20 points a game, which is a little bit bottom half of the league. Now, defensively, the yards look pretty good. 13 or 15 yards allowed. Passing is solid, 771. Rush yards allowed is a little high, but nothing too crazy to write home about. But 155 points is also not too great either. So, yeah, I mean, we could be better defensively, better offensively. We're just pretty much a middle-ish of the pack team, even though we're 2-5. I think we just keep the team as is, and, in the offseason, we definitely look to make some moves. We'll probably have a little bit of money to play around with. We have a lot of players up for contract, so we definitely will have money to play around with. I'm going to choose the draft class. We use the draft class I always use, and then we're on the end of the season, take a look at the stats, and then go on from there. All right, so we ended up going 6-11, which isn't great, but we still have our first-round pick, which is cool. And, yeah, Goff, I guess he was okay. 27 TDs, 6 interceptions, 359 yards, 39.57, or 35.97, rather. 102.4 pass rating. It's all right. It's not too bad. Montgomery, 1,144 yards, rushed for 10 TDs. That's pretty good. Gibbs, 394 and 4. So not too bad. And Goff with 251 yards of his own. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,200 yards, 14 TDs. He had a really nice season. 952 and 4 from Jones. Njoku, 47 and 2, 329 and 1 for Josh Reynolds, 309 and 1 for David Montgomery. In terms of blocking, it was okay. Taylor Decker allowed up 9-6. Jack Campbell led the team in tackles, 104. 84 for Gardner Johnson. We had 72 from Branch, 68 from Emmanuel Mosley. Tracy Walker with 60, 59 apiece between Aiden Hutchinson and Joseph. And also, 18 sacks is absolutely insane from Aiden Hutchinson. Love it. But not much else from the rest of the guys. And, but we got a lot of guys with, some semblance of sacks. We actually had 5 guys with 2 interceptions and Kirby Joseph with 1. Patterson's kicking was brutal, so we probably want to get a new kicker. Jack Fox punting, kick return, and punt return. So, team 16th offensive in yards, at least total yards, which isn't wild. It's like middle. We look at the passing yards. That's going to be close to the slightly bottom half of the league. Rush-wise is also, maybe slightly bottom half of the league. We're at 20.5 points, which is probably bottom half of the league. Yep. So, yeah, the offense could have been a little bit better. Defensively, in terms of yards, you can see we're pretty good on that front, but we did allow 363 points, which, it seems actually, maybe it wasn't that bad. I mean, it seemed like a little bit higher on paper. Our rush, 18-18, which is pretty good. So, we seem to be an okay defensive team. Maybe the offense could use a little bit of work, so... we need pieces. Always can get talent. So, yeah. Let's advance to see who wins the Super Bowl and then go on to the draft, re-sign phase, off-season, things of that nature. So, season recap. Who do we got winning? We've got the Bengals beating the Cowboys. Jermaine Pratt, Super Bowl MVP. We had Jackson Harborough, Cup Donald. We had Jaden Reed and Deontay Banks, Packers Giants, respectively. All right, let's go on to the off-season. So we got 19 players in negotiation. We got over $84 million in money. Sewell, we got to accept his option, obviously. Gardner Johnson, like to keep around. A few other guys here that we wouldn't mind trying to keep. Anybody else have options? I don't think so. So yeah, we're going to try to re-sign some of these guys here. I'll let you guys know who we keep. We'll go on from there. All right, so I think I made all the guys I wanted to sign here. Now, Gardner Johnson wants to test, which I guess is okay. I could franchise tag him, but I'm not going to do that. We could probably get him back in free agency. So I'll play around there, see who we have in free agency. Should be an interesting one. I do want another wide receiver. There's a couple positions of need that we're going to address. So I'll do those stuff, and I'll show you who we got. So let's view the free agency recap. Now, we did lose, unfortunately, we lost out on Gardner Johnson. Now, I did have a good free agency. We did get Gabe Davis. I want another wide receiver. He's a pretty solid pickup for us. Jules Jewell, med linebacker. I got Jaron Kears, fits the team. Graham Gano, new kicker. Levi Wallace, another corner. Nico Autry, and then Tyus Bowser. All guys that fit the scheme of the team. So we got better offensively and defensively. Got a couple more weapons for Goff to throw to. So I'm happy with that. And I feel like our defense, I mean, although losing Johnson was kind of annoying, I guess we kind of made up for a little bit. Plus, we got the draft, so I'll show you guys who we take with our first-round pick, and we'll go on from there. For the 8th pick, obviously, team needs. There's a few options we could go with here. I do need a left end, but you know what? I'm gonna go with Doug Hewitt. I'm gonna take the best talent available, and Doug Hewitt's that guy. So we're gonna take him, best wide receiver. Doesn't really fit the scheme of the team, but you know what? Having him is a talented piece. Maybe we trade him in the future. Who knows? But welcome to Squad Doug. I'll show you guys the other picks we make. Draft recap. Obviously, you saw me take Doug Hewitt, but you want to see who else we took. I always took Drake because he was, available. Lovelock, Quandre, Shelby, Schwartz, and Gonzalez. Nothing too crazy, but these are the picks we made. So I do need a left end still, but we could try to trade for one either to start at the second season or just sign one in free agency. Anybody that hasn't been signed. So I'll see you guys once I am at the start of the second season. Look at the roster here and see what we've got going on. So. Pretty interesting team. Obviously got Goff. Drake's here. Obviously our backup. Henry Hooker as well. A few QBs there. Montgomery and Gibbs, running backs. Fullbacks, Gonzalez. We've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Davis, and Williams are top guys. Also Doug Hewitt's there too. He will eventually supersede one of these players. Maybe Williams. Who knows? Either way. It's going to be a pretty interesting combo. We got David Njoku, tight end. Left tackle, Taylor Decker. Jonah Jackson, left guard. Center, Frank Ragnow. Glasgow's going to be our right guard for now. Sewell's going to be our right tackle. Nico Autry, left end. Aiden Hutchinson, right end. And then we've got Dalvin Tomlinson as our defensive tackle. With Tyus Bowser, left outside linebacker, mid linebacker. Joseph Jewell, Campbell are there too. Malcolm Rodriguez, left outside linebacker right now. And we've got Levi Wallace with Sutton and Mosley. So that's pretty cool to see. And then we got free safety Tracy Walker III. Strong safeties Jaron Kears. Joseph's also down there. Graham Gano kicking, punting is Jack Fox. And you can see there not too many draft picks for the next couple seasons. But that's totally fine. At least we have our first. So that's all that really matters. And we're going to use that trade value potentially down the road. But for now, we look at the improved team. I do need a left end. I think that's our weakest position right now. Besides fullback. Is it actually? Oh, no, Danico Autry's okay. It's just that, like, he's old. But I think we could actually survive. Right guard, what do we got? Maybe right guard, Quandre and Glasgow. That's fine. I think we're good. Let's just keep the team as is. If we need to make a move in the midseason, we will. But for now, let's see how we do. All right, once again, 2-4 at the midseason isn't very good, so our offense has been terrible. Defensively, we've been a little bit better, but offensively, yeah, not doing too good. So let's see what's happening here. We lost by 3 points, of course. So 2-4 right now. How's Jared Goff doing? Not very good this season. He's got 1,062 yards, 6 TDs, 5 interceptions, and 84.9 passer rating. Not great. Rush-wise, Montgomery, 436, 6 TDs, 170 and 3 from Gibbs. In terms of receiving, Gabe Davis, 289, but he has no touchdowns. 239-2 from Amon-Ra St. Brown. Njoku's got 203, 124 from James Williams. So it's not too bad there. Blocking is okay. Everybody except for Glasgow has a sack. Jules leading the team in tackles with 48, 46 from Campbell. Mosley's got 31, 26 from Levi Wallace, 22 from Dalvin Tomlinson, 19 from Walker III, 18 apiece from Hutchinson and Branch. In terms of sacks, 2.5 from Autry lead the team, 1.5 from Houston the fourth. Got a bunch of guys down with 1 and a couple guys with half a sack. Interceptions just 2, Jewell and Curse. Graham Gano has been perfect. Jack Fox punting. And you got your kick return and punt return. So, pretty good. Now, offensively, we've been terrible. The yardage isn't looking too good, both from passing point of view and even rush isn't too great. I mean, it's okay. It's been crazy. And we were scoring 20 points a game, but it's not quite enough. Now, defensively, you saw we were better. And, I mean, that holds true. I mean, we're not really letting teams get up and down the football field against us. And we're only allowing 132 points. I mean, it's pretty good. So, defensively, we've been good this season. But so far, not so great offensively. So, whether that means getting a new QB, I don't know. Montgomery's been okay. So, I don't know. We need a running back. But I am curious to see what offers we have. We actually have a trade-off here for McNeil. Aleem McNeil. Let's review the offers, see what we could trade for him. They want to give us Rob's 5th and a 7th. Richie James in a 6th from the Rams. Just to get the 6th rounder, I wouldn't be too mad about that. See Williams. I mean, we could do that. We could do that deal with the Rams. We get Richie James. And we get a 6th round pick. That might be worth it because I do want to have a little bit of draft capital. I mean, we have draft capital, but a little bit more wouldn't be too bad. There's another offensive weapon, so I think we'll do that deal with the Rams. But I do want to see if there's any other trades that we can make. So I'm going to look around and see the market, if there's anybody out there that we could acquire. All right, I traded Jared Goff in a future first to the Bears. We got Justin Fields, Davion Clowney, a 2nd and a 5th this year. So I'm going to move Jared Goff. I guess we're not going with Jared Goff. Probably, maybe a mistake, but we're going to test out Justin Fields, see how he could do. Maybe he could do a little bit better with the team. Plus, we, I guess, shed a little bit of cap room because he was getting that cap hit. He was about to make money. So, wanted to open up some room for us to play. So, I don't know how Fields has been doing this season. He's been a little bit better. So, we'll see how he could do. So, we're going to simulate to the end of the season, and I will see you guys once I'm there. I think that trade for Fields was the right move because we went 9-8, and we ended up making the playoffs a wildcard team. Now, granted, not the best team offensively, but our defense was really good. So, shout out to our defense. 9-8, nothing to write home about, but promising. And yeah, Justin Fields was pretty solid. 29 TDs, 11 interceptions, 34-67 on the yard, 67% completion percentage, 105.3 pass rating. Not too bad. Rush-wise, Montgomery had a nice year, 1,236 yards, 11 TDs, 589 and 2 from Fields, 456 and 7 from Gibbs. In terms of receiving, Ramon Ross St. Brown, 1,158 yards, 12 TDs, 787 and 4 from Gabe Davis, 436 and 5 from James Williams, Joku with 387, 282 from Richard James, who we traded for. Doug Hewitt didn't get too much PT this season, but he'll probably get some PT soon. Blocking, a lot of sacks allowed from Decker. Yeah, we definitely allowed a lot of sacks, but Jack Campbell led the team in tackles, 132. He also had 3.5 sacks, 90 from Jewell, 82 from Cameron Sutton, 78 from Levi Wallace, 67 from Walker III and Clowney. We also acquired in that deal to make our defense a little bit better. Hutchinson had 60, saved it with Tomlinson. Looks like Autry led the team in sacks. He had 7, 5.5 from Hutchinson this year. Dalvin Tomlinson, 4.5, 3.5 from Campbell and Clowney, 2.5 from Houston in the 4th. A few other guys down with 1.5. In terms of interceptions, 3 between Wallace and Kears. They got 6 total. We got 8, 9, 10 as a team. Graham Gwinnett, 13 of 18 kicking. I mean, it's better than Patterson, but not by much. Jack Fox punting and kick return and punt return. So yeah, 22nd in offensive yards. Not great. Not great at all, but I guess it was enough to get us in the playoffs. 3,300 yards passing, a little bit low on the list, but our rush was near the top. And we did have 21.5 points per game, which it puts us around here, so slightly below average, but our defense was good. 324 points allowed. Yep, we were a good defensive team, for sure. We didn't really defend amazing against rush. It was about average, but our pass yards allowed was really good. So we are taking on the 11-6 San Francisco 49ers. Don't expect to win, but you never know. They were the 3 seed, we're the 6 seed. Not that that matters too much. Maybe we could win. Nevertheless, let's go to the wild card. I'll see you once. Right, here we are in San Francisco. Let's see how we can fare in the game. We're going to the Super Sim, and we're simming right to the end of the game. We're going to watch it here. So starting off, we're going to get San Francisco, 7-0 lead. We're going to tie it up, though, in the second quarter. And we're actually going to take the lead here, 14-7. They're going to get a field goal. Going to the second half, it's 14-10. They're going to make it 14-13. Third quarter, nobody really scoring. We do score, make it 21-13. Fourth quarter, they're going to tie up the game, and we're going to OT. And we win in the wild card round somehow. I don't know how this team beat this team, but the sim engine doesn't make sense. Actually, we won on a safety? There's no way we won on a safety. Because it was a 2-point game, 2-point win. Wow, shout out to defense. Justin Fields, 194, 1 TD. I mean, we outplayed Brock Purdy, so that's cool. Montgomery, you can see there. Brown only had 2 receptions. Crazy. All right, we reached the divisional. We're going to be taking on the Giants. Here we're 10-7. You see their rankings. They weren't a great offensive team either, but they are a very good defensive team. So we'll see how this fares. Should be a slugfest. See you guys once we win the game. All right, MetLife Stadium is where we are going to be playing this next game. Let's jump forward to the end of the game and see how we do here. So starting it off, first blood will be going to the Giants 7-0. Can we tie it up here? We do tie it up. Not really, actually, field goal. They make it 14-3. So going to the second half, it's 14-3. We're going to make it 14-6. They're going to score 21-6. We make it 21-13. If we get a stop here and score, that'd be great, but we don't. It's 28-13. And too little too late as we're going to lose in the divisional to the Giants. Not the best game there. Our offense was terrible. And Justin Fields had a stinker this game. 174, 0 TDs, 54.5 completion percentage. Not that great. Not that great. That's all right. Promise. All right, let's see who won the Super Bowl. It was the Eagles beating the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. We got Lamar Jackson, Doug Peterson, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Donald, Scotty Williams, Rookie of the Year for the Rams, and Packers, Paul Smith, Defensive Rookie of the Year. All right, let's go on to the offseason. All right, so 8 players. We got a lot of money to play around with, but only 8 players up. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown, got to keep him on the team. Same thing with Aiden Hutchinson, but he's got an option, so he will be here. Williams also has an option. He will be here. So a couple guys are actually with options. Decker will stay. A couple of these guys here, nothing, we don't have to worry too much about him. But yeah, obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown, we're going to overpay for him because he's not really interested. So we'll overpay for him a little bit. We'll give him like a little 6-year deal action, 11 million, 10 million bonus. That should get the job done, and it does. Probably overpaid, but we want to make sure we keep him around. So I'll do the rest of these offers, and we'll go on to free agency. All right, so basically got everybody I wanted back. We're going to have a little bit of money to play around with the free agency, so we're going to try to add some talent to the squad. Coming off a solid season where we ended up making the playoffs. I wasn't expecting that. So let's see if we can improve the team even more. All right, let's do free agency recap. I'm going to show you guys who we picked up. Solid free agency, nothing too crazy going on, but we got Lucan is a new midline backer, free safety, Mike Hyde, Sam Hubbard, left end, left guard, Andrew Noel to be a backup, and then we got Josh Myers, another backup center. So just a couple offensive linemen, backups, and then a few guys to fill out the defense. We got Joseph. Review some offers here. We have a few strong safeties here. I mean, we can try to get a different position if need. Jaden Reed in a 7th. Another pick. I mean, a 4th and a 6th for Kendre Miller isn't too bad here with the Saints. Because, with Kirby Joseph, is he going to find time to play? He might. One other running back. I mean, we get a 4th and a 6th. We don't need to do that. We're not going to do it. Guys, we're not going to do it. We're not going to make a trade. Let's keep the team as is. I will see you guys at the draft recap. So let's look at the draft recap here in case you are curious. So we got Taj Green, corner. We got a left end, defensive a couple left ends, another wide receiver, a tackle, and another strong safety. So overall, solid draft for our team. Some few guys to add to our talent pool. And that all being said, let's get on into the next season. Unless we have some trade offers. We review trade offers with Josh Myers, but I don't think I want to trade him. I mean, we get a bunch of picks here, but it's not really worth it. And then same thing. It's probably the same moves for Kirby. So I'm not even going to look at it. So I'll see you guys start the 3rd season. All right, here we are. Start of the 3rd season. Let's look at the roster and take a look at it. What do we got? So Justin Fields, QB. We got Drake Still as our backup. Running backs, got Gibbs now. He's going to be the starter over Montgomery. In terms of fullbacks, so Gonzalez, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Gabe Davis, and Doug Hewitt now is going to be our receivers. We got James Williams still down here too. Tight ends, we got Joku. as our main tight end. Taylor Decker, left tackle. Left guard's going to be Jonah Jackson. Center's going to be Frank Ragnow. Quander's going to be our right guard, right tackle, Sewell. Sam Hubbard's going to be our left end. We got right end, Aiden Hutchinson. Dalvin Tomlinson, defensive tackle. Javidian Clowney, still our left outside linebacker. Then we've got Foycetter Luca as our mid linebacker with Campbell. And Jules also even there, too. We got a lot of good mid linebackers. And then you saw the right outside linebacker was Rodriguez. Could maybe look to improve that. Levi Wallace corner with Shelby and Green. Those are your top corners. Hyde is going to be our free safety, strong safeties. Kearse right now. So actually, maybe you'll be the new strong safety soon. Branch is also there, too. They actually have it's between Joseph and Branch, yeah. Kicking, we don't have a kicker. And punter, Jack Fox, because Graham Noah retired. So we're going to get a kicker. And that'll be practically about it. And then we'll probably just into the midseason. If we want to make a move then, I will. But for now, we're going to keep the team as is. Let's get a kicker, though. And, I mean, Cameron Dicker. I don't want Riley Patterson. So we're going to get Cameron Dicker, the kicker, to be on our team. All right. Cool. So I will see you guys at the midseason point. Let's see how this team's going to be. Last year in the playoffs. Maybe we can get back there this. Well, this team is putrid, 1-5. Not doing good offensively, and not. I mean, we're okay defensively. I mean, in terms of yardage, we're good. But yeah, we're doing putrid right now. Must have some. I mean, we have that injury, surely, right? We're not this terrible. Hubbard ruptured disc. That kind of sucks. And Sean Kearse. That's not much injuries, but dang, that stinks. All right, let's see the stats. Let's see what's happening here. Justin Fields, wow, he's doing terrible. 4 TDs, 4 interceptions, 10.9 passer rating, 61% complete percentage, 1,218 yards. Yeah, it's not great. Rush-wise, Gibbs, 311 and 2 TDs, 151 and 4 from Montgomery. Fields, 140. Davis, 394 and 2 TDs, 229 and 1 from Amon-Ra St. Brown. Receivers aren't doing too great. Joku, 204, 147 from Gibbs. He's getting a little bit of catches. Williams. Doug Hewitt still not even getting a lot of touches. In terms of blocking, it's been okay, but it could be better. Nobody's allowed too many sacks. In terms of tackles, on the defensive side of the ball, Lucan with 42, 31-3 from Campbell. Hyde's got 31-29 from Kearse. Dips a little bit after that. As you can see, looks like Hutchinson leading the team in sacks. He is. He's got 5 of the 8 as a team that we have. And, of course, 2 interceptions from Foycetter Lucan and J-Ron Kearse. Cameron Dicker, 9 of 11, 6 of 6 extra points. You got your punting, kick return, and punt return. So definitely want to make a trade at the midseason. What that's going to look like, don't know. But we're 20th in offensive yards. So that is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Passing's near the bottom, and our rush is not much higher. And we're scoring only 17.8 points per game. So our offense has been brutal. Defensively, we've been pretty solid, except, you know, point-wise, people are scoring once they do get up the field against us. But it's not really that they're getting up the field too much. But when they do, they score. So we got to be able to stop teams from scoring when they're in the red zone. So I got to make a couple trade. I got to make a trade here. So I don't know what that's going to look like. But I definitely want to improve the team. I'm going to look around and see what the right offer is. If I can find a good offer, I'll make it. Otherwise, I'll let you guys know, and we'll just keep the team as is for this rest of the season. But I'm not a fan of performance that I'm seeing out of our squad right now. All right, I traded for Bryce Young and Burns. I traded away Fields, May, for 2 firsts and a third, and we got a second-round pick as well this year from the Panthers. Panthers' best team. I mean, Bryce Young's been good, and he's going to continue to be really good. And I traded for Justin Fields. I have 3 quarterbacks this video. How crazy is that? That is really crazy. I told you, this ain't meant to be realistic, guys. Myers and Joseph trade offers. They're probably still the same ones. I can get Bigsby and a 7th for him. I might just do that. Left tackle Broderick Jones and a 6th. Or we get a left tackle from the Seahawks, 6th and the 7th. I do want a little bit of draft capital. Markel Spencer's got that superstar thing. I might do this with the Seahawks. Yeah, I got a couple seconds. Charles Cross. Or Cross. Yeah, we'll take Cross. And yeah, a couple 6th and a 7th. That works for me. And then in terms of Joseph, I mean, we'll review the offers. But I don't think there's anything I want to do here. I mean, Byron Jones, 5th and a 7th. No, we want to keep him. Yeah, we want to keep him. So I'm just going to reject all of the offers for him. And that should be okay. So we're just going to decline those bad boys. All right, I'm going to assume for the rest of the season, I don't think we're going to make the playoffs, personally. But how is this season that Bryce Young's having? It's been solid. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year. All right, not the best season, 6-11. So a bit of a down year. Didn't have a great first half of the season. Bryce Young, solid, I guess. He was okay. 20 TDs, 14 interceptions, 69% completion percentage is pretty good. 97.4 passer rating, 30,822 yards. Gibbs, 905 and 3. Young ran for 476 at 5, 454 and 11 from Montgomery. In terms of receiving, Amon Ra, St. Brown, and Gabe Davis, each with over 1,000 receiving yards. That's nice to see from them. Doug Hewitt looks like he got a little bit more touches, so he'll definitely be on a lineup next season a lot more. Blocking was alright, except for Decker allowing 11 sacks a lot. Lucan led the team in tackles with 121. 97 from Campbell, 75 from Hyde, 64 from Burns, 62 from Hutchinson. So that's cool to see in terms of QB sacks. 13 from Hutchinson, that's really nice. Burns with 8, 5 from Hubbard, and a few other guys down here, 3. A couple of guys with 2. So not too bad. Interceptions, 2 from Lucan and Wallace, and then 1 from these guys down here. In terms of kicking, Dicker, nothing crazy, 79% percentage, and then 93 from the extra points. There's your punting. Kick return, we had Henderson getting a TD there, and then a punt return. So, 18th offense in terms of yards. So, nothing to write home about there. Slightly below average. Our passing was, okay, and then our rush was, also not the best. I mean, it's not great. The team wasn't really great offensively. Defensively, we didn't let teams get up and down the field until when they did, they mostly scored. Yes, 760 yards. We did defend well against the rush. The Panthers didn't make the playoffs. 8-9. I think they were the number 1 seed, and then we traded. We just acquired Bryce Young from them and Burns. So I don't know why they did that. I guess they did it for the picks, which makes sense. But you have a young guy that you can build around. I don't know. Anyways, not my problem. Let's advance to the Super Bowl, see who wins it, and go on to the offseason. Recap the Super Bowl. Dallas beat the Bills. Parsons, Super Bowl MVP. We got Hurts, McCarthy, Von Miller, Austin Zone for the Bears, and the Browns. Miguel Duarte, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let's get on into the... Was this the 3rd season? Yes, there's only 2 more seasons left. So we got to pick it up. We got to ramp it up a little bit. At least $70 million and 12 players to negotiate contracts with. Let's see what we've got to do. So, yes, you got to be re-signed. Obviously, Bryce Young's option, we're going to accept. Campbell, option, we're going to accept. So, a couple guys with options. Gibbs, another guy with an option, we're going to accept it. And Kirby Joseph want to keep around. Joku. A few of these guys here we wouldn't mind trying to keep. So, let's see who we can end up keeping. But you definitely want to keep Sewell around. Need him on the team. Hopefully he wants to stay, so I might overpay for him a little bit. So Joku wants to test. I could franchise tag him. I close franchise Rodriguez, but why did I do that? Don't want to franchise tag Joku? Nah, I think we could re-sign him. If not, find a replacement tight end. Something too crazy there. So yeah, I have a little bit of money to play around with. I will see you guys once I have some guys on our squad. Alright, I traded Kearse as our 2nd round pick to the Patriots. Got Jasicki and 2 7th. I needed a tight end. So yeah, welcome from the Patriots, Mike Jasicki. So let's take a look here. We actually have a trade offer here. I'm going to review it for Williams. I don't know if I want to trade him, but I'm just curious to see what's out there. Tyler Boyd in a 5th. No, not really. I mean, Michael Gallup, a 5th and a 7th. Joshua Palmer straight up. No, I don't want to do any of these trades. Okay, I was curious, but obviously the trade we made, you saw, I don't know if you guys saw what signings we did. I didn't show you guys that, but we did okay in free agency. We got Stewart, Jones, Burgess, and Clowney, so nothing too crazy. But I needed a few defensive tackles. I got another free safety, and then obviously Clowney. So yeah, mostly defensive signings, and then obviously you saw me trade for Jasicki. So, alright, the draft, I'll show you guys the recap, and we'll go on to the 4th season. The draft recap, here is what we've got. I mean, nothing wild. We got a couple players here, a couple running backs, a couple linebackers, a strong safety, and another player for the O-line, center. All right, see you guys at the start of the 4th season. All right, let's take a look at the roster that we're going to be fielding here in the 4th season. It's going to be interesting. We've got a pretty good team. Young could be our QB. We got Gibbs as our running back. Could use another running back to back him up, but we'll see. Fullback, Gonzalez, Monroe, St. Brown, Gabe Davis, and Williams are our top receivers. We also have Doug Hewitt still. He is on the team. Jasicki's our tight end. Decker, we also got Cross, left tackles, Jonah Jackson, left guard, right. Center is Ragno, but he's hurt. It's kind of unfortunate. Quandra will be our right guard. Sewell's going to be our right tackle. Hubbard's going to be our left end. Hutchinson, right end. Defensive tackle Stewart. We got Travis Jones. Devian Clowney's our left outside linebacker. Lucan and Campbell, mid linebackers. Right outside linebackers, Brian Burns. That's pretty cool to see. Corners, we've got Shelby, Green, and Wallace. The top 3 guys. High's going to be our free safety, strong safeties. You know, kind of up in the air between Joseph and Branch, so take it as you may. Kicker, need a kicker, and then a punter is Jack Fox. So we'll sign a kicker, and then we'll go on to the 4th season. Probably not going to be any trades during the midseason. So it's basically going to be the team this year. We're just going to rock with it, and then maybe for the final season, we'll do what we need to do. But, yeah, center right now, obviously, because Frank Dragno's hurt. But he should be back, hopefully, by the beginning of the season before we start simulating. Any left outside linebackers? We could try to get this guy Gabe Price, but I think he'd have a little too much value. He might just be a little too young. But yeah, let's get a kicker. Get Dicker back, I guess. Yeah, we'll just get Dicker back. He wants to sign on a 1-year deal. Works for me. We'll do that, and that'll be all she wrote. See you guys at the midseason. All right. Well, we're looking good. 5-1. Now, offensively, we have been bad, but our defense has been excellent. And that's why we're so good. I don't know why our offense has been brutal, but let's take a look and see what's happening. Can't complain when you're 5-1. I mean, Bryce Young's been solid. 9 TDs, only 1 interception, 68% complete percentage, 106.6 passer rating is good for 1,261 passing yards. Gibbs, 405 and 2. We got Young with 111, 55 from J.C. Bell. In terms of receiving, Monroe St. Brown, 458 and 4 TDs, 255 and 3 from Gabe Davis. Doug Hewitt up there, 171, 145 from Jasicki. So that's not too bad. Our blocking has been pretty solid, so 5 sacks allowed already. Maybe if he doesn't allow any more, that's not too bad. Campbell, 37 tackles, lead the team. They got Hubbard and Lucan with 32, as well as Burns. Put him up there as well. Shelby with 20, 26 from Joseph, 24 from Wallace. Hyde's got 23, same thing with Green. Sacks, we've got 4 from Hubbard, 2.5 from Hutchinson and Stewart, 2 from Burns, and 1 from Shelby. And then interceptions, 3 between these guys here. Kicking-wise, Dicker's been good. You got your punting, kick return, and punt return, James Williams and Jeremy Shelby. All right. So, yeah, we're 30th in offensive yards, which isn't great. Man, the Panthers are terrible. I don't know why the Panthers did that trade with me, but shout out to the Panthers for giving me who I wanted them to get me. But yeah, our offense has been brutal. Rush yards near the bottom, everything near the bottom. Our scoring is not great. Yes, we're not a great offensive team. Now, defensively, we are a good team. Lowest amount of points allowed. Rush yards is pretty low. And pass yards allowed is really low. So we're in good shape. Let's keep our defense up. There's no trades I want to make. We're just going to keep the team as is and try to make the playoffs. So you're going to hope that our offense steps it up a little bit. So we finished 12-5. We got to take on the Vikings. You can see their rankings. I mean, we seem to be a better team. Our offense just didn't really do that great, but hey, doesn't matter. 12-5 is good enough for me. I mean, Bryce Young was good. 3,704 yards, 33 TDs, and only 2 interceptions. 67% complete percentage, and 110.2 pass rating. He's been excellent. Gibbs, 736 and 2 DDs, 365 and 7 for J.C. Bell. You can see there. In terms of receiving-wise, Ramon Ross St. Brown, 1,147 yards, 10 TDs, 895 and 7 from Gabe Davis, 569 and 3 from Doug Hewitt, 464 from Jasicki. So we're doing pretty solid on that front. Yeah, in terms of sacks, pretty solid. But then Lucan led the team in tackles, 118, 103 from Campbell. Shelby with 89, 78 from Burns, 76 from Hubbard, 74 from Wallace, 71 apiece between Joseph and Green. I see Hutchinson once again, 14.5 sacks. Hubbard with 12.5, 6 from Burns, 6 from Stewart. So defensively, we were very good. And, of course, Campbell with 4 interceptions, too, from Lucan. And then one apiece from these guys down here. And you see Dicker, 13 of 18. Okay. And you got your punts and kick return and punt return. Yeah, our offense, again, 29 yards. Not great. Definitely near the bottom. Pass-wise is going to be pretty solid, but, you know, bottom half of the league still. And then our rush was a little bit low. Now, we scored 20.5 points. That was also, you know, pretty low on the totem pole, but we were a good enough team defensively to make up for it, as we had 3,680 pass yards allowed, which is pretty good. And then 695 rush yards allowed is good, and 280 points in total allowed, which is great. So let's advance to the Super Sim to take on the Vikings. I mean, on paper, we are a better team. Records say as well. But knowing the game, you know, because I know the game is the game. All right, let's go on to the Super Sim. Alrighty, here we go. Wild card is upon us. We're about to hit the Super Sim. Jump forward to the end of the game and see how we can fare. So starting it off here, we're going to get the first blood. 7-0 in the fourth quarter. Oh, 14-0 in the first quarter. And we're going to make it 21-0. Second quarter, can we stop them here? We get a field goal. Going to the second half, we're up 21-3. And they're not really scoring us. They get a TD, 21-10. Fourth quarter, they're going to score again, make it 21-18. We do make it 28-18, 25-28, and we do just barely beat them. The game almost wanted the Vikings to come back, but a great first half from us prevented them from doing so. But they only lost by 3 points. So, shout out to the guys going back to divisional. I didn't think we'd do it, but we almost lost that one. And shout out to Bryce Young outplaying Caleb Williams slightly. I mean, not by much. Honestly, maybe he didn't. It's close. Ross St. Brown, 6 receptions, 94 yards. He had a good game. All right, let's go on to the division. Take on the Cowboys here. They were also 12-5. They have a good team. Their offense was number 2. Their defense was 14th. So we'll see. Got to be able to stop them. AT&T Stadium, here we come. Let's see how we do against. Alrighty, here we are. Let's take a look and see the Super Sim and see how we fare against the Dallas Cowboys. We're assuming in the game. Starting it off, we are going to get the first blood, 7-0. They're going to get a field goal in the second quarter. It's 10-7 now. They score. We score. They'll make it 14-10, make it 17-10. And it's going to be tied going to the second half. We're going to score first, 24-17. Going to the third quarter. Fourth quarter now. Couldn't score there. Dallas will tie the game. Can we score here? We don't. And it's OT. It's tight. We get a TD. They get a TD. And then they end up winning on some bull crap. Nice. I love this game. Field goal as we turn the ball over. Oh, brother. Oh, you can't do anything about that. Losing OT. What a surprise. I mean, Dak was good. Bryce Young was solid. But it's just unfortunate that we had to lose like that. Anyways, I guess let's go on to the offseason, see if we could make this team better for the fifth and final season. In case you guys are wondering who won the Super Bowl, it was Dallas. CeeDee Lamb, Super Bowl MVP. They beat the Colts. Mahomes, Hampton, Taylor, and Donald getting your awards there. Anthony Johnson and Deacon Rich, Commanders and Raiders, respectively. Rookies of the Year. Let's go on to the fifth and final season. So we got 8 players, $49.2 million. I might do some contract restructuring now. Doug Hewitt got a 5th-year option. Makes sense. I want to re-sign a few of these guys here. Greg Ragnow definitely want to re-sign. But yeah, I definitely think it makes the most sense to do contract restructuring. That way we'll have the most amount of money available to free agency. So I'm going to see who we end up keeping on the team, and then we'll go to free agency and see if there's anybody out there that's useful for us to sign. Alright, so Branch wants to test. I think that's fine. We do have a couple of guys there to, be able to replace him, so I'm not too crazy about that. But I do want to adjust our cap room. Since it's the final season, might as well just restructure contracts, just so that I have as much money as I can to make a move. So I think I'm going to do that before we head on to free agency. That way, again, like I said, we'll have money to play around with and trade, trades to make in our fifth and final year. We'll have room, so... since it doesn't really matter after this season, because it's a video game at the end of the day, we're going to do that. So I'm going to make some restructurings and try to free up some more money for this free agency. All right, let's do the free agency recap here. I feel like overall, pretty solid free agency. We did get a new kicker. We got Jake Moody. That's a pretty solid kicker there. We got Zach Charbonnet backup running back, Gillikin, punter. We got Bradbury, the fourth corner, free safety, Eddie Jackson, and left outside linebacker, Dorian Williams. I feel like our team is good on paper. We should be good again. Make the playoffs. So I'm going to advance past the draft. I don't think we have any draft picks, so I'll just see you guys for the final season. I mean, plus they're all under junior rookies. It's not going to make too big of a difference. Fifth and final season here. Let's look at the roster that we've got going into this season. It's pretty talented. I'd say we have a good team. We have Bryce Young, QB. We've got Gibbs and Charbonnet as our backs. We got Gonzalez as our fullback. We got Ramon Russ, St. Brown up to a 96. We got Gabe Davis, Doug Hewitt, top 3 receivers. Jasicki still our tight end. We got left tackle Charles Cross. Right, he's our top right. Taylor Decker's hurt, and plus, looks like he took over. Jordan Jackson left guard. Center's gonna be Frank Ragnow still. Quandra's right guard. Right tackle Sewell, who's been up to a 95. You got left end Sam Hubbard with Richardson. Hutchinson right end. Travis Jones defensive tackle with Morrison. We got Dorian Williams left outside linebacker. Mid linebackers Campbell and Oluokun. Then we got Burns right outside linebacker. Corners Shelby, Green, and Bradbury, the fourth who we signed. And then we got free safeties Eddie Jackson. Strong safeties Kirby Joseph still. Kicker, we got Moody. Punter, we got Blake Gillikin. So, on paper, good team. I'm not going to make a move until the midseason. This is going to be the squad. I'm going to advance to the midseason. I'll see you guys once I'm there. Hopefully the team is once again where it needs to be, really good. I want them to be in the playoffs, which we should be able to do. But the question is, how are we going to perform in the playoffs? Well, we're going to find out. See you guys once we're in the midseason. So far, so good. Again, our offense just hasn't been that great. But we are doing well defensively. I mean, I figured our defense would be really good. The ratings don't tell the entire story, but let's be assured our defense is good. Our offense should be better, but it's not. I mean, Bryce Young's okay. 30-36, 7 TDs, 3 interceptions, 69% completion percentage, 98.8 passer. That's pretty good. I mean, it's okay. It's not too bad. Gibbs, 347-2, 117-5 from Charbonnet. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Monroe St. Brown, 45-5, 269 for Hewitt, 242 for Davis. Jasicki's got 158 and a receiving TD. Blocking wise, we've been really good this season, so that's good. Only allowed 6 sacks. In terms of defense, Ukun's got 36 tackles, 35 from Burns, 31 from Eddie Jackson, 29 from Shelby, 27 from Hubbard, 26 from Campbell, 24 from Hutchinson and Joseph. Sack wise, we've got 3.5 from Burns, 3 from Hubbard, 2.5 from Hutchinson, and a couple guys down there, Williams and Jones, and half a sack. We've got 7 interceptions as a team, Wallace with 2. Moody's been solid, kicking, extra punting, kick return, and punt return here. Not too bad. Again, offensively, 28th. So I'd love for our offense to pick it up a little bit, but listen, we've been a good team, so let's try to keep it up. Pass yards is near the bottom, and our rush is also near the bottom. But we are scoring 21.7 points per game, which is near the bottom as well. Defensively, though, number 1, and that makes sense. Second least amount of rush yards allowed, and pass yards is also, pretty low, I believe. Yeah. So, defensively, we're doing great. I mean, we have one more season. We have some picks. We might as well make one more move. Maybe that's for a dynamic offensive weapon to improve the team. I'm going to look around out there. We do have money, so we could trade for a star, and we might as well do so. All right, I traded away Williams, some seconds and 2 firsts to the Saints. We got Chris Olave and Breece Hall. That maybe we got a really good wide receiver fit scheme in our team. The big time receiver that Bryce Young could throw to, and we got Breece Hall. He's our new starting running back, I guess. I mean, we have a few running backs obviously now, but Gibbs and then Charbonnet. So hopefully that makes our offense better, and on par with our defense. I guess the only way to find out is to simulate. So I'm going to see you guys at the end of the season. I mean, we should be able to make the playoffs again. The question is, how are we going to do in the playoffs? Well, let's find out. 13-4, good record. I mean, we did do better offensively, and our defense was pretty good. And we got to take on the Bears, obviously. That's going to be fun. Unfortunately, we didn't get the bye. Would have been nice to get the bye in the NFC, but the Falcons beat us out for it. Had we won just one more game, we would have been in the divisional automatically. But that's okay. I think our team is extremely talented. I really do. Now, statistically speaking, Young, not a bad year from him. He had better seasons before, but 38, 33, 22 TD, 7 interceptions, 71% completion percentage, 103.1 pass rating. We'll take it. Rush wise, Bryce Hall, 1168 and 4 TDs. Gibbs, 702 and 5. Charbonnet had 10 TDs. Nice, like that. Monroe St. Brown, 1,211 yards, 9 TDs. Chris Olave, 829 and 7. 692 for Davis. He's got 462. Hall down there. Hewitt, Gibbs. A lot of guys getting receiving yards there. Blocking was all right. Sewell had the most amount of sacks, allowed was 7. Maybe played the most downs too, so that makes sense. Campbell 95, 90 from Olukon. Burns, he had 8.5 sacks, 77 tackles, 76 from Eddie Jackson, 71 from Shelby, 68 from Joseph Hubbard, who had 10.5 sacks, 65 from Hutchinson, who had 12 sacks. So obviously sack numbers, you can see those guys led there. Burns also 8.5, so I like that. And then Jackson Wallace, 2 interceptions, and a bunch of guys down here with 1. Kicking, Moody was all right, not too bad, 80%. Punting from Gilligan, you got the kick return and punt return. So yeah, we're number 10 offense, total yards. So that's super helpful. Definitely ran the ball a little bit more. And Lions, passing-wise, was pretty good. And then our rush was obviously near the top of the league. 20.6 points per game. I mean, there's nothing to write home about that, but yeah, not really much to write home about it, really. Our best defense in the league, as you can see. Almost in every category, 4th in pass yards allowed. So yeah, we were the best team in terms of defense. Now, can we stop the Bears in a wild card? We should be able to. 9-8. We have the better squad. But knowing this game, I wouldn't be shocked if we lose. I'm hoping we don't. I'll see you guys in the Super Sim. All right, here we are. Not to mention, we are the home team. So that should give us a little bit more motivation to win too, right? Against our, home crowd. With our home crowd, right? So we're going to simulate the end of the game. Starting off here, we're going to get a touchdown, make it 7-0 in the first quarter. They're going to tie right back up to the second quarter. And we got 14-7, but we're going to go into the half. And we're going to stop in there. 21-7, going to third quarter. They're going to get a touchdown fourth quarter. We're going to get one field goal, 24-14. They don't score, and we're going to end up winning by 10 against the Bears. We actually end up getting a win. Shout out to EA for not choking the game away. 24-14. I'll take it. Defense was solid for the most part. Did our job. Bryce Young, 94.7 completion percentage. That's excellent. Almost perfect. 2-13, 1 TD. So, yeah, we got the W. I'll take it. So, in the divisional, we've got the Commanders. They were 12-5. They have a solid team. You can see their ranks. 22nd offense, number 3 defense. I mean, you can see their stats, too. They were 3. Maybe they were better than us defensively, honestly. Who knows? But we'll end up seeing what happens. I mean, if they can't score, and we can just try to score a little bit, then we should be okay. Nevertheless, let's just simulate and see what ends up happening. All right, Super Sim is here. Let's go on to the end of the game. So starting it off, we're going to score 7-0 in the first quarter. Commanders don't score. We get another TD, 14-0 right now, second quarter. Trying to go into the half of the lead, and we do. They're going to get a field goal there, 14-3, third quarter. They're going to score right here, make it... No, they don't score. I thought they were going to score. We score, 24-3. Going to the fourth quarter, they're going to get a touchdown, 24-10. And we're going to finish it off 31-10 to go to the conference championship. I'm loving that. That's fantastic. Beautiful stuff from our team. And, yeah, I mean, I'm loving that. I didn't think we were going to get there. But here we are, 240 and 2 TDs from Bryce Young. Outplayed Anthony Johnson. Bryce Hall, 16 carries, but only 37 yards. Monroe St. Brown, 5 receptions, 58 yards. Chris Olave, 6 receptions, 83 yards. But we'll take it. Got the W. Let's go on to the conference championships who we're taking on. Playing the Cowboys. I figured we'd be playing the Cowboys. They were 11-6 this year. You can see Ravens or Raiders potentially awaiting us in the Super Bowl. If we could beat the Cowboys, that is. Cowboys always seem to get here. I was trying to trade for CeeDee Lamb. Couldn't get him, though. Would have been nice to get CeeDee Lamb on the team. You can see they're the 5th ranked offense, 16th ranked defense. Pretty solid. Okay, we're at Ford Field. I mean, we're the home team. Let's see if we can beat the Cowboys, send them home, and we can go to the Super Bowl. So here we are. Conference championship. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. Has a chance to win it. So we're going to sim at the end of the game here and see how we do. Starting off 7-0. That's good, but they tie right back up, and they're going to take the lead. 14-7 in the second quarter. And they're about to score. They're just on a rampage right now. Can we get a score at least? Nope, they're going to get a field goal. We finally score, make it 24-10, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to get a field goal 27-7. Yep, we're going to lose. 34-10. Oh, my God, we're getting blown out. We are getting blown out. Terrible. 48-10. Just not good. Terrible performance. That's how our season ends. But, wow, you go out like that, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But there's the neck. I hate the neck. Don't show me that. I mean, listen, we had a good run at the final season, but you can't really lose like that. It's kind of unfortunate that we lost like that. Yeah, wow, they just put the sledgehammer on us. We just couldn't seem to score. Bryce Young got outplayed by Dak. Dak, for some reason, 316, 4 TDs. When he's the CPU, is really good, but I'm not gonna say it. Okay. Let's go to the Super Bowl recap. See who wins the Super Bowl, and then go on to the full screen and close out the video. It's probably gonna be the Cowboys. I had to guess Cowboys, but we'll see. Maybe they'll lose. Who knows? Who won the Super Bowl? It was actually the Ravens. Okay, 31-28. Lamar Jackson, Super Bowl MVP. MVP was Tua Tagovailoa. So Tua Tagovailoa won the MVP. Doug Peterson, Cooper Kupp. Parsons, we had Bradham from the Bills, Bears, Devin Sutherland, you don't know. Alright, with that all being said, let's go to the full screen and close out the video. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment down below this video, go to socials, play the second channel, main channel down in the description if you like the content with DJP. So now, I think we are in the playoff teams territory. If that's the case, the way it's going to work is based on record and then where they finish in the wild card. So, it'll be wild card teams, then it'll be divisional playoff teams, then it'll be conference championship and Super Bowl and things of that nature. So, yeah. I guess with that being said, I mean, we built a good team, but unfortunately just couldn't get the job done. Got made the playoffs a few seasons. And we traded a lot of QBs. We went from Jared Goff to Justin Fields to Bryce Young. So, a lot of QBs in that action. But with that being said, I'm going to head on out. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Peace.